I never would have known it if you hadn't told me. You're early. What happened at school?
Miss Perkins let us skip geography so we could come home and get jobs to make money for the picture fund.
But what's the picture fund?
For pictures. We're going to buy pictures of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and hang them in the wall in our room.
Oh, good. Fine.
Hey, I know what I can do to make some money. I'll wash all this stuff for you. No use for my mom to get dishpan hands when I can get them for you for about, 50 cents.
Oh, no. It's much too breakable, Dennis. But I'll tell you what, I have some change over there on the counter. You can take a quarter of it for the picture fund. It's a gift.
Well, jeepers, Mom, that wouldn't count. We're not supposed to have people give us money. We have to work for it. I've got to go find a job someplace.
Oh, I see.
It's to develop our characters, Miss Perkins says.
Well, Miss Perkins is absolutely right. I'm sorry I offered you the quarter.
That's okay, Mom. I'll take it anyhow. I can use it for ice cream. Thanks.
Oh, my goodness! Henry! George, that is you, isn't it, George?
It certainly is. How do you like my new car?
A 1912 Winton. You can't hardly come by those no more.
But how did you... Well, I mean, where... Well...
You are now looking at the car that's going to win the big road race Sunday with George Wilson driving.
And Henry Mitchell riding as mechanic.
My goodness, a race. It says the senator himself is going to be there to present the trophy.
In person?
He's quite a horseless carriage buff, isn't he? I've read about his old car collection.
Senator Washburn's head of the whole state group of horseless carriage clubs. We're just one chapter.
And I don't mind telling you, I expect to be named president of our chapter Sunday afternoon.
Oh, everybody there will vote for you, dear. I know I will.
Well, it isn't a matter of voting, dear.
No, the senator makes the appointment. He usually picks the winner of the race to head up the chapter for this year.
And by the time we get through feeding dust to all those other cars from here to Blairville and back, I don't think Senator Washburn will have any trouble picking a president.
Well, if we're going to feed dust to anybody, we'd better get back to work on this motor.
Oh, yes, Mitchell.
Sure is terrific. Does it run, Mr. Wilson?
Does it run? Oh, here, Mitchell, try this wrench.
Oh, thanks.
Why, we've had this car up to 37 miles an hour.
Wow. I didn't know because I've never seen a car like this before.
Well, you were born a little late for the 1912 models, Dennis.
Don't feel too badly, son. So was I.
Hey, Dad, I know how I can make some money for the picture fund at school.
Huh?
I'll help you do whatever you're doing there. And you can pay me whatever you think I'm worth.
You wouldn't make much money that way, son.
I've just got to make some money, Dad. Hey, how about running some errands for you? Do you have any errands I could run?
Not right now, son. Besides, I remember an errand I sent you on yesterday afternoon that didn't turn out too well. You were 2 hours late getting back from the drugstore and without my shaving lotion.
Well, gee, Dad, I just forgot.
Son, you're getting old enough now not to forget. If you promise to do something, just do it.
Okay, what do you want me to do, and how much will you pay me?
Dennis, your father is absolutely right. Never make a promise unless you intend to keep it. Remember that. Never break a promise.
Okay, Mr. Wilson. Say, do you have any errands I could promised to do?
Well, no, Dennis, I'm sorry. Right now, all I'm interested in is getting this car in good condition.
Mr. Wilson, when it's in good condition, may I have a ride in it?
Oh, Dennis, I think that might be arranged.
Hey, guess what, Tommy? Mr. Wilson's gonna take me for a ride in this sometime. He is? Boy, I wish he'd take me, too. I'd even pay for a ride in a swell old car like this. Pay for it? You would? Sure, 'cause a pony ride in the park costs $0.25. And this is a heck of a lot better than that old pony. How much would you pay for a ride in this car? How long a ride? Well, around the block? That's not very long. Well, how much would you pay for a ride out to the lake? Yeah, tomorrow maybe. Clear to the lake? And we could have a weenie roast. And I'll get Mom to furnish the weenies. And you could even ride in the front seat going out. How much? Boy, that'd sure be worth a lot. Bet you my Mom would give me a whole $1 even. Okay, I'll fix it. Hey, Mr. Wilson, I've got a keen idea. How about taking us kids out to the lake tomorrow for a weenie roast in this swell old car?
Now, hold on, young man. You're pressing pretty hard.
Yes, we're trying to get ready for the race, and we... Wait a minute, Mitchell. That might be a good idea at that. A drive up to the lake and back tomorrow'd be a good tune-up, a sort of trial run for the car. At the same time, we can give Dennis and his friends a nice little outing.
Well, I'm for that.
Oh, boy, thanks, Mr. Wilson. Come on, Tommy. So far, I've got you signed up, and Kevin and Chris Combs, and Froggy Watson, and... Uh-oh, here comes that dumb old Margaret. Let's cross the street before she gets here. No, wait, Tommy. I gotta talk to her. You know, her money's just as good as anybody's. Come on. Hey, Margaret. Hi. Listen, Margaret, what are you going to be doing tomorrow? Tomorrow? Yeah, Saturday. Dennis wants you to go on a weenie roast up to the lake in Mr. Wilson's swell old car. With you, Dennis? With me and Tommy and lots of other boys. You want to go? Oh, dear. Mother always said the boys would flock around me, but I didn't expect it so soon. I hardly know what to say. All you have to say, Margaret, is do you want to go or not? All right, Dennis, I accept. Okay, sign right here and go get $1 from your mother. That's what it costs. $1? You mean I have to pay to go with you? Well, you don't have to go if you don't want to, Margaret. I've just about got the car filled up already. Here, I'll go. Where do I sign? Right here. Now go get $1 from your mother, 'cause girls have to pay right away. Oh, dear. It's the woman who always pays. Yeah, and in advance. Now go get $1 from your mother. Come on, Tommy. Let's go get some more kids.
Everybody, jump, Wilson, jump!
Oh, it's you, Brady. I thought I recognized your gentle voice.
Say, when does this misguided missile go into orbit, Wilson?
Kill it, Mr. Wilson.
If I had a stick, I would. Oh, you mean the motor.
Hi, Mitchell boy. So this is the clunker you guys are going to break down in at the starting line, huh?
No. This is the classic 1912 Winton that we're going to win the road race with.
Win it? Against my little Kissel car? Oh, stop.
Don't you worry about us, Jack. We'll do all right.
You'll find out when the race starts.
Well, you guys better bring along plenty of muscle. Like Edgar A. Guest used to say, it'll take a lot of shoving for this heap to make it home.
Oh, my goodness, Brady. You ought to be on television so we could turn you off.
Don't talk silly. You'll be eating dust when Senator Washburn hands me that trophy tomorrow.
Tomorrow? You're a little mixed up, aren't you? The race is day after tomorrow, Sunday.
Haven't you guys heard from Crinky at the newspaper?
Well, Alice and Mrs. Wilson have been downtown all afternoon. We've been out here working on the cars.
Yes, haven't we heard what?
The senator sent Crinky a wire. He'll be busy Sunday on state business, so he'll be here tomorrow instead. The race has been moved up a day.
Oh, no.
Well, what difference does it make? You guys will get your lumps a day earlier, that's all. So long, losers.
Oh, this is a mess, Mr. Wilson. You've already promised to take Dennis and the kids to the lake tomorrow.
Well, I'm just afraid that Dennis is going to be disappointed.
You mean the weenie roast is off?
I'm sorry, but it just has to be. Well, you know how important this race is to me.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, it's your car and your decision. I just hate to face Dennis and break the news. I'm sorry.
But Mr. Wilson promised.
I know it, but, well, things just didn't work out right. That's all. You understand, don't you?
Sure, I understand.
Good boy.
If a kid breaks a promise, it's terrible. But if a grown-up breaks one, it's just because things didn't work out right.
I wouldn't put it that way.
How would you put it, Dad?
Well, I don't know.
Dad, I've already sold tickets to all my friends. What am I going to tell them?
I'm afraid you'll just have to refund the money to them, that's all. Oh, wait a minute. Supposing I took you and the boys out in my car tomorrow.
That wouldn't work out. They want to go in Mr. Wilson's car because it's so old and funny looking. Yours is just a plain old new one.
Well, we all have our disappointments, son. You're just going to have to learn to handle them.
Handle them? Gee, I'm having enough trouble learning how to handle arithmetic. Mr. Wilson just came outside. Now, do you all know what to say to get him to change his mind about the weenie roast? Yeah, I do, Dennis. Me too. Naturally, I do. I'm going to be a great actress when I grow up. Do you really think we can make him change his mind, Dennis? Your dad said he was awful stubborn about it. Mr. Wilson's not stubborn, Tommy. Sometimes he just gets the wrong idea in his head, and he gets stuck up there. In my opinion, he just doesn't like children. Of course he does, Margaret. Anyhow, the good side of him does. Are you sure he's got a good side? Sure, I'm sure, Tommy. He yells and hollers and makes a lot of noise. That's just because he doesn't want people to know how good his good side really is. Why don't you come along and help us? Because he's already turned me down. I'll listen behind the fence. Okay, we'll try real hard, Dennis. We'll be very sad and pitiful. We'll clap him.
Oh, well, hello.
Hello, Mr. Wilson.
My goodness, this is quite a delegation. I suppose you've come to persuade me to change my mind about tomorrow.
No, Mr. Wilson. We came to tell you it's okay, and I hope you win your race tomorrow.
Really? Well, that's very nice of you, Tommy.
I would be there to root for you, but I don't want all the people at the race to see me cry.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be crying all day tomorrow. I sure did want to go on that weenie roast.
So did I, but, well, you do understand the race is more important.
We understand, Mr. Wilson. Although our little hearts are heavy, we wouldn't stand in the way of your pleasure.
Well, thank you, Margaret.
The trip to the lake would have meant a lot to me. I have weak lungs, and I cough all the time. A day in the open air would have done me good.
I'm sorry we can't go.
Oh, don't think of me, Mr. Wilson. Go in the race and win. I'll just stay home and cough.
I had no idea you had your heart so set on this. Well, perhaps I could... Oh, no, it's too late.
Seymour has something to say, too. Don't you, Seymour? Yes, I have something to say, too. Well, go ahead. Say it. I forget what it was. Dennis, what did you say to say?
Oh, so that's it. Dennis is behind this maneuver.
No, he's behind the fence.
I should have known. All right, now, go on. Get out of here. Go on. Shoot, scat.
Boy, his bad side is sure sticking out today.
Dennis, come over here. Let's have this out. So, you tried to get those children to play on my sympathies, huh?
Well, sort of.
Oh, Dennis, when you have a point to make it face to face, man to man.
All right, Mr. Wilson. I think you should take us on that weenie roast tomorrow. You promised?
Well, at that time, I didn't know the race would be the same day.
But you said nobody should ever break a promise. Remember?
There are exceptions to everything, Dennis.
Then you won't take us.
I'm sorry, it's quite impossible. I suppose that means we're no longer friends?
Oh, no, Mr. Wilson. I still like you.
Well, I'm glad.
When I grow up, I want to be good and kind and honest. Just like you used to be.
What is it, George? Can't you sleep?
I just can't seem to get myself comfortable. All I know is this confounded blanket.
More likely it's your confounded conscience.
Suppose you think I'm a fiend in human form.
No, George. You're still the same man I promised to love, honor, and obey 25 years ago.
Of course I am.
I love you, George, and I'll obey you. But after what you've done to the children, I'll find it very difficult to honor you.
Oh, fiddlesticks and good night.
Happy dreams, dear.
The bailiffs will bring in the prisoner.
What is the meaning of this? Why am I?
You will address the court as your honor.
Your Honor, what am I doing here?
You are charged with a very serious crime. More serious than robbing a bank. You are charged with breaking a promise.
Oh, so that's it. Now, see here, if...
The lawyer for the defense will please step forward. I am here to see that justice will prevail. Take the witness chair, you nasty old promise breaker.
I will not. I know my...
Proceed, counselor. Is it true that on the day before this, known as yesterday, you promised to take 10 sweet, innocent children to the lake in an old car known as a Winton?
Well, yes, but...
And then the next day, known as today, did you break that promise in order to take part in a silly old road race?
Well, only because Senator Washington...
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the prisoner's own words prove that he's incompetent, immaterial, and just plain mean. I rest my case. Hooray!
Your Honor, this isn't a fair trial. The jury cheered.
That's okay. So did I. Now I'll pronounce sentence.
Sentence? But somebody should defend me. I demand a lawyer.
All right, if you have to be technical, the lawyer for the defense will please step forward. Here I am, Your Honor. What do you have to say in defense of your client? Nothing. He's an old stinker.
Tommy, you're my lawyer.
You're his lawyer. You're supposed to say something good about him. If I have to say something good about a sneaky old man who breaks promises, I quit. I won't be a lawyer anymore. I'll be a cowboy. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's time for your verdict. Guilty! Swell. The executioner will please step forward.
The executioner?
George Wilson, I sentence your promise-breaking head to the executioner!
No, 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 no.
George, what is it?
Oh, well, never mind what it is, Martha. I'll be back later. My robe.
What, Mr. Wilson, what are you doing here?
Mitchell, I came over here to tell you that I've been a selfish old windbag. We're forgetting about that race and taking those children on that weenie roast tomorrow.
Gee, that's swell, but you don't have to come dashing over here in the middle of the night to tell me.
Oh, yes, I did. Otherwise, I'd never get any sleep. Good night, Mitchell. Good night, Mr. Wilson. All right, last stop, everybody out.
Well, the old car got us out to the lake and back, Mr. Wilson. You know something? I bet we would have won that race.
Oh, Mitchell, why did you have to bring that up? I'd almost forgotten about that race.
Sorry.
And I just thought I'd give you a chance to turn green, Wilson. To the winner belongs the spoils.
Congratulations.
Too bad you guys couldn't have been there to see me win the race. It was a breeze all the way.
Yes, the wind hasn't died down yet. I suppose you got the presidency of the club.
Well, not yet, but it's in the bag. Charlie and Crinky were talking after the race, probably planning to break the big news in tomorrow's paper.
Well, bully for you.
Well, you'll never receive a trophy of your own, Wilson, so feel free to have another look at mine.
You're a generous man, Mr. Brady.
Hey, Mr. Wilson, Mr. Wilson! This man was outside looking for your house. He says he's a senator.
Why, Senator Washburn, this is an unexpected pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure's entirely mine, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, Senator, I'd like you to meet my wife, Martha, my friends Alice and Henry Mitchell, their young son, Dennis, and, of course, Mr.
You don't have to introduce Charlie to me, right, Chuck?
Well, I'm afraid I don't quite,
You know, you gave me this.
Oh, yes, of course, the trophy winner, yes, Mr. Bagby.
Brady.
Yes, of course. Now, Mr. Wilson, in case you were wondering why I'm here, it's about the presidency of the new Horseless Carriage chapter.
Say, how'd you know where I was?
Now, after the race, I asked Mr. Crinky why your car failed to appear. And he told me how you had carried out a previous commitment to take a group of youngsters on an outing.
We had a swell time.
I'm sure you did, son, and it was a swell thing for your friend to do. Now, you know, Mr. Wilson, I've always loved the old cars, but I have a great deal more interest in the children of this community who will someday grow up to be responsible citizens, and I hope vote for me. Now, because of your unselfish attitude towards these children, I herewith appoint you this year's president of the Horseless Carriage Club of this district.
Me? President?
Hey, are you sure you picked the right man?
I'm positive.
Well, show some more of that sportsmanship. Congratulate me.
Congratulations, Wilson. See you around. So long, Senator.
Goodbye, Mr. Bailey.
What?
Mr. Wilson, I've got a keen idea. Why don't I get a picture of you to hang in our schoolroom with George Washington and Abraham Lincoln's, and then we'll have 3 presidents.
This has been a Screen Gems film production from the Hollywood studios of Columbia Pictures.